Around 2017 to 2018, Last Day on Earth became one of the most popular games on the Play Store, sharing the spotlight with games such as PUBG and Clash of Clans. From the start, the hype around Last Day on Earth was real. It was destined to become one of the best games ever, period. However, the game that we loved so much back in 2017 is completely different from the one we have today. In 2025, Last Day on Earth can be summarized in 3 words: money, money, and money. This didn't happen all of a sudden. Instead, it was a series of decisions made by Kefir, the developers behind the game, that completely ruined it. And to make matters worse, it doesn't seem to be getting better over time. It's quite the opposite. On top of that, the devs don't seem to take any feedback from the community, and they don't seem to learn from their mistakes. So today we are going to discuss a few of the more recent changes made to Last Day on Earth, changes that are basically ruining the game, and the fact that more and more players are starting to dislike the way Kefir is running their own game. First and foremost, I have to say one thing. I understand that a game company needs to make a profit from their game. If Kefir didn't make any money, then Last Day on Earth would not exist. So yeah, making money is not the issue here. The issue is how they make their money at the expense of the game and the community. Kefir decisions that ruined the game is a long list that goes back to the creation of the game. However, for us, we are going to start in September of last year with the introduction of the Headhunting Arena event. The Headhunting Arena event had many problems. First, it replaced another beloved event, the Arena. This alone really upset players. Many just wanted the old Arena back. But Kefir didn't listen, and instead, they cooked the worst event possible. Basically, what made the event so bad are the rewards and the pay-to-win elements implemented into the progression of the event. The rewards were trash, to say the least. The Headhunting Arena gave basic resources and materials that everyone could find anywhere in the map. It was not even worth grinding the event. However, some of the rewards were actually quite good, but the devs put them all the way at the end of the progression, and this is where the pay-to-win elements come in. Simply put, in this event, we had to defeat bosses in battles, and we had 3 battles per day. Basically, someone who doesn't spend any money will only fight 3 bosses per day. While if you spend coins, you will have the possibility of resetting the arena for 25 coins. And guess what? They made it impossible for a free-to-play player to reach the final levels. Yep, even if you grind event daily, complete all the battles, you won't have enough points. So the only way of getting rewards in this event is by spending money. The cherry on top, the event will reset after each season. The progression was not saved. This is why players completely ignored the event and didn't bother with it at all. We were furious about this event. We asked the developers to bring back the old arena event. We asked the developers to change the rewards with more valuable items. And we asked the developers to remove the pay-to-win elements. Do you know how much time it took them to take the feedback? 10 months. Yes, 10 months to finally listen to us and remake the Headhunting Arena event. The old arena is still not back though, so we still have to deal with the Headhunting Arena. But are the changes any good? Well, they did change the rewards and they are way better now. But something they didn't consider are the pay-to-win elements, of course. Because even in this new event, we cannot reach the final level and get the best rewards possible. As a free-to-play player, we can only reach level 10. We get good rewards like the Corgi Puppy and the drone mode. However, it is still impossible for us to farm the Infinite Crate, which contains 2 purple weapon mods. So yeah, Kefir cannot help it. They have to keep the pay-to-win elements. It's not possible for them to give a few valuable rewards. It's not in their dictionary. We have to spend money, otherwise we are ignored. And then from this point, you have to remember a couple of things, because it will be important for the video later on. These things are the fact that the developers behind Last Day on Earth don't care about free-to-play players, and they don't listen to any feedback from the community. Next on the timeline is in March of 2025, when Kefir for some reason decided to change the Season Pass. And let me tell you, they made the Season Pass the worst thing ever. I made a whole video discussing the changes made to the Season Pass. But to sum it up, they completely ignored the free-to-play players and they focused all their efforts on premium players. The developers, for some reason, decided to change the rewards. In the old Season Pass, you could get purple weapon blueprints, Genesis weapons, C4, propellers, a full set of CBM armor, skins and cosmetics, and so much more. And all of that was for free. You just had to grind the Season Pass and that's it. No need to pay anything. But now it is completely and utterly trash. All the free rewards are gone, or they are only accessible in the premium version. No more purple mods for free-to-play players. The new rewards are trash. Coal, turkey, some medkits, a machete, and look at this. At level 78, the last level for free-to-play players, and we get 10 engine parts. All the good rewards are behind a paywall. Of course, there are a couple of good items for us poor free-to-play players, but it's nothing compared to the old Season Pass. In the current state of the Season Pass, there is no incentive for free-to-play players to grind. The rewards are not worth the time and effort spent. The only way to make it worthwhile is by spending $10 in the Season Pass. The funny thing is that when they made these changes to the Season Pass, it was only for a few players. Some other players actually kept the old Season Pass. So clearly, they were just testing out things, waiting for the players' feedback. But somehow, they didn't listen to our feedback at all. And I'm not alone here. Most of the players in the community agreed to revert back to the old pass, and yet they stuck with it. They kept the new Season Pass and they didn't listen to any of our feedback. Before, players were all grinding the Season Pass, trying to get the final levels and earn the best rewards possible. Even for free-to-play players, it was worth it. Now, most players don't even get past halfway the pass, and those who actually grind it are just the ones who are paying Kefir, no matter what. So again, Kefir doesn't care about free-to-play players, and they don't listen to any of our feedback. Around the same time, in March, the devs released the new Easter Madness event. And let me tell you guys, it was the worst event possible. Something that Kefir loves to do is to make events. And these events are not fun or unique or they bring something new. No, instead, these events are made to siphon every penny from our pockets. And the Easter Madness event was the clear proof of that. So, to sum up the concept of the event, we had to kill zombies in different locations to earn points, which would let us progress in the reputation system. Then, by progressing enough, we would earn Easter eggs, among other rewards. And finally, using the eggs, we could buy special items from this black market. What's wrong, you might say? We just need to kill as much zombies as possible and that's it, right? Well, I think at this point, you know the drill. The best rewards are of course locked behind a paywall. You see, in the black market, the rewards that we want the most, the card dispenser and the storage for explosives, cost 5,000 eggs each to buy. These rewards are basically the reason why you would want to grind the event. And guess what? As a free-to-play player, if you don't buy the premium version of the event, you will not earn enough eggs. In fact, you will only earn 2,000 eggs. So, you have no chance whatsoever of getting the card dispenser and the storage for explosives. Not even in your dreams. So, objectively, if some of you have never heard of this, what would be your first impression? For me, it's pretty clear. Kefir is purposefully making events to force players to spend money. They are banking on FOMO, fear of missing out, because the rewards I mentioned are exclusive, and they rarely appear anywhere else. So when this event comes out, players are like, I need to get this new item, I can't wait for another year. So they go and spend the money. Simple as that. Again and again, the same pattern happens. Kefir makes a new event, and they don't care about the free-to-play players. On top of that, they don't listen to the feedback. At this point in time, it's becoming a trend. At this point in time, players are frustrated. They are starting to dislike the way things are going in the Kefir studios. However, everything would be saved by the Island Region update. Finally, after all the trash events, Kefir delivered with an amazing update. The Island Region update is one of the best updates we had in a long time. For me, it was a fun and enjoyable experience, discovering all the new features and trying to find the best tricks and strategies. However, everything would crumble to pieces. Everything would fall apart when the anniversary update got released. For the 8th anniversary of Last Day on Earth, the devs decided to bring back an old and loved event, the Hunter's Instinct. Last year, when the event first came out, it received a lot of praise from players. It was liked by everyone. But for this year, it was the complete opposite. A disaster of an event, to say the least. First of all, a couple of days before the release of the event, the developers said this on Discord. Update 1.36.0 will introduce the option to delegate the extraction of minerals to a reliable mechanism. Free-to-play players will have an opportunity to get up to 7,500 of the currency in the upcoming event. That will be enough to purchase one ore extractor and at least have some currency left to buy something of use. So great news, right? Finally, Kefir is considering the free-to-play players. Everyone will have a fair chance of obtaining the best rewards possible. Finally, it seems Kefir is learning from their mistakes. Okay, the event begins. A few problems start to appear. One of the locations introduced in this event, the Forgotten Wetlands, is only accessible with a boat, which means that players without a boat cannot experience it fully. Next, abrasive. Last year, weapons required only 4 abrasive to be transformed. Now they require 6. Then to mine abrasive, players required a manual earth drill instead of a pickaxe, which made the event even more expensive. But that's only the start. The worst has yet to come. You see, in this event, we had to collect special items that are dropped by the new animals. These items can be exchanged for points, and then we would progress through the reputation to get the best rewards. But here is the catch. Players have done the calculations, and they found out that even if every day you exchanged and you filled up all the slots with items, you will still not get enough points to reach the final levels. Kefir clearly messed up with the points, which means that the ore extractors they promised in the start are unobtainable. After this was revealed, the community was furious. On Discord, Kefir opened a channel for players to give feedback. And let me tell you something. It was glorious. Everyone was shitting on the event. Kefir was getting cooked and they could not do anything about it. All the feedback possible was given. People asked the devs to change all the things I mentioned. Make the Forgotten Wetlands accessible for everyone. Lower the cost of making weapons with abrasive. Replace the manual earth drill with a pickaxe for mining abrasive and so on and so forth. But guess what? They did not listen. Not one bit. They ignored all the feedback and instead they said this. Survivors, the ecologist reputation balance will be recalculated as we've detected an inaccuracy. No, Kefir, you did not detect anything. Players did. The numbers of points required for gaining level 40 will be decreased. Thank you for your reports. No problem, no problem. Now everything is going back to normal, right? Everything is fixed. No, not at all. This fix did nothing at all. It was still impossible to reach level 40. And again, players in the community pointed that out quickly. But Kefir was holding their ground. They did not budge. Instead, they ignored us and moved on with their lives. The ore extractors they promised for free-to-play players was a complete lie, of course. And the cherry on top, the final punch on our face, they shared this on social media saying, "Here are some Hunter's Instinct statistics for you." What a nice hunt that was. A nice hunt, right? I don't know if they are aware of what happened, or are they just completely delusional. Look at the reactions on Discord. Laughing, cross emojis, dislikes, skull emoji. Only 51 people put a thumbs up. Probably just employees of Kefir. The Hunter's Instinct was supposed to be a nice and fun event for the 8th anniversary of Last Day on Earth. Instead, it turned out to be a complete disaster, and now it is seen as the worst event possible in Last Day on Earth history. So remember what I said in the start of the video. Kefir doesn't care about free-to-play players, and they don't take any feedback. Are you convinced now? Are you convinced that Kefir is truly killing and ruining their own game because of greed and money? If you are still supporting Kefir, I don't know what to tell you, man. For me, the evidence is pretty clear at this point. To conclude the video, Kefir also shared on social media a video about the statistics of Last Day on Earth. There are a lot of things to discuss about this, but for me, what's interesting is this. Okay, 234 million players in the past years, it's believable, but come on. 14 million in the last year? That's insane. I don't believe this number one bit. Kefir has to face the reality. Last Day on Earth is dying. The players are unhappy, and it's all on their fault. Did you like the video? Share your opinion down below in the comments, subscribe, like, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.